If you've been stuck at the same weight for weeks or even months, you're probably making at least one of these 7 mistakes. And here's the thing, most people have no idea they're even doing them. I'm the wellness coach, an online fitness coach, and I've worked with multiple weight loss clients. Today, I'm breaking down the hidden mistakes that you're probably quietly doing to sabotage your progress. And more importantly, how to fix them. The first mistake is you're probably eating a lot more calories than you realize. And this is the biggest one. I can't tell you how many clients have come to me saying they're eating 1,200 calories a day and I'm still not losing weight. But when we actually start tracking properly, they realize they're eating well over 2,000, maybe even 3,000. So here's what happens. You're eyeballing the portions, you're probably not counting the cooking oil, or you're forgetting about the handful of nuts or just that one bite. And in the weekend meals where you just give yourself a break from tracking, did you know 1 tablespoon of olive oil has 120 calories? Small handful of almonds, 200 calories easy, and it adds up quick. So the fix is that you have to start weighing your food. Just do it for 2 weeks. Use a food scale, track everything, including drinks, condiments, cooking oils, everything. You will be shocked at how different actual portions look versus what you've been eating. This awareness alone can create the deficit that you need. The second thing is you're probably overestimating how many calories you're burning during exercise. You know when the treadmill says that you burn 500 calories or your smartwatch says you burn 600 calories? Yeah, it's probably closer to 250 or 300. Fitness trackers and cardio machines are notoriously inaccurate and they can be overestimating by 20 to 50%. And here's where it gets dangerous. You finish your workout, you feel like you just crushed it so you can reward yourself with a post-workout snack or just a little less careful with portions at dinner. You might be eating back all those calories you burned and then even more. Treat exercise as a bonus for fat loss, not as a way to earn more food, because your calorie deficit should come from your diet primarily. Exercise is for fitness, strength, and health. The fat loss happens in the kitchen. Third, you're not eating nearly enough protein. Most people trying to lose weight focus on cutting calories, which is important, but they completely ignore what those calories are made of. If you're not getting enough protein, you're just gonna be hungrier and then you'll lose muscle along with the fat. Protein helps keep you full. It requires more energy to digest and it preserves muscle mass while you're in a calorie deficit. But most of my clients come to me eating maybe 50 to 80 grams a day when they should be eating 120 to 150 or more depending on their size. The goal is to aim for 0.7 to 1 gram of protein per pound of your goal body weight. So if you want to weigh 150 pounds, eat 105 to 150 grams of protein a day. Focus on getting a protein source at every single meal. Greek yogurt for breakfast, chicken or fish for lunch, lean beef or tofu for dinner. Hit this target and watch your hunger drop. I promise you it will. Number 4 is you're probably not getting enough sleep. Look, I know you've probably heard this before, but just listen. When you don't get enough sleep, your body produces more ghrelin, which is a hunger hormone, and it produces less leptin, which helps keep you full. Translation, you're hungrier and less satisfied after eating. Plus, lack of sleep increases cortisol, which promotes fat storage, especially around your belly. And then you have less willpower to make good food choices. Do you ever notice how you crave sugar and junk food after a bad night's sleep? It's not a coincidence. You need to prioritize 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep. And I get it, you're busy. But if you're serious about losing weight, you have to make this a non-negotiable. Set a bedtime alarm, put your phone away an hour before bed, and keep your room cool and dark. Because your body does most of its recovery and fat burning while you sleep. So stop sabotaging yourself. Number 5 is you're probably doing way too much cardio and not enough strength training. I see this all the time. People think they need to run on a treadmill for an hour every day to lose weight. But here's the problem. Cardio burns calories during the workout, but that's it. Once you're done, you're done. Strength training builds muscle, and muscle is metabolically active tissue, meaning it burns calories even when you're just sitting on the couch. Focus on strength training 3 to 4 days a week, whether it be full body, push-pull legs, any split at all. Just pick one you like and stick with it. Number 6 is that you're probably on track during the week, but then fall off the rails on the weekends. You eat well Monday through Friday, you track everything, you meal prep, you crush your workouts, but then Friday night hits, you have a pizza and some wine. Saturday comes along, and there's brunch with mimosas. And then Sunday's family night, so you gotta have some dessert because you earned it. Let's say you're in a 300 calorie deficit. Monday through Friday, That's 1,500 calories a week. But then you go 1,000 calories over on Saturday and Sunday, and you just wiped out literally an entire week's deficit, and you might even now be in a surplus. You don't need to be perfect on the weekends, but you can't completely abandon the plan either. I recommend using the 80-20 rule. So eat well 80% of the time, and then you can be flexible 20% of the time. You know, go out for dinner, enjoy some drinks, but maybe skip the appetizer and dessert. At least track loosely on the weekends so you're a bit more aware. Fat loss requires consistency 7 days out of the week, not just 5. And number 7, you're expecting results way too freaking fast and you're giving up way too freaking soon. Seriously, you want to lose 30 pounds in 30 days? You see someone on Instagram who did it and think, oh, well, why not me? So you start, you work hard for 2 weeks, you only lose 2 pounds, and then you quit because it's not working. So here's the reality. Healthy, sustainable fat loss is 1 to 2 pounds per week, and that's it. And some weeks, you probably won't lose anything because it's just water weight or hormones or normal fluctuations. The scale isn't a perfect measurement of progress. I've had clients who went 3 weeks without the scale moving at all, but their measurements changed, their clothes fit better, and they felt stronger. And then suddenly week 4, they dropped 3 pounds. Your body doesn't lose weight in a straight line. You need to set realistic expectations. Plan for 12 weeks minimum. Take some progress photos, focus on some non-scale victories, more energy, better sleep, clothes fitting looser, and just trust the process. If you're in a calorie deficit and you're consistent, the results will come. But you have to give it time. So now that you know exactly what's keeping you stuck, the good news is you know exactly what to fix. And here's what I want you to do. I want you to pick one of these mistakes that hit home for you and focus on this during the week. Don't try to overhaul everything at once, just one change. Master it, and then move on to the next one. If any of these hit home for you at all, drop a comment down below or shoot me a message and I'll help you fix it.